What's up everyone, it's your boy Greek back with another Midnight Suns video, and in this video we're going to be going over some new information, some new screenshots, and more. Now I did say that in my last video I wouldn't really be making another Midnight Suns video until September 1st because that's when we're going to be getting the gameplay, but we got some solid new information today and it's only a day apart from the gameplay reveal, so I figured why the hell not. So by now we pretty much know the basis for the game. The Midnight Suns are coming together in order to stop Lilith, the monster of demons, from turning the planet into a hellscape to bring back Cthon, an ancient god. Now we finally have confirmation that Midnight Suns will be their own original universe, so there won't really be any more confusion with the comics counterpart of the team, and none of the other Marvel games will have any effect over here, and vice versa. So going more inside the article from Game Informer, we learned that the game starts with an attack on Doctor Strange's home, the Sanctum Sanctorum. Now Hydra is hunting for magical artifacts in order to help Lilith resurrect the elder god Cthon to pretty much offer up our planet as a full course meal. Now this will be happening during a ultra rare celestial event known as the Midnight Sun, which is months away. And I know some of you guys might be saying right now it's kind of too on the nose, it's a little bit too cliche for the event and the team in the game to all be named Midnight Suns bars, but they're named after the thing that they're working together to protect. They're working to prevent this prophecy from becoming true, because, well, pretty much think of this, all right? In Marvel, for example, for magic users, Halloween is one of the most dangerous nights there is, simply just because of its origins. Halloween night is a hotbed of activity for both good and dark magic, and the Midnight Sun is pretty much going to be like that event, but times 10. Now, over to the Hunter. Now, not only is she an original character and Lilith's biological daughter, but she's also the original leader of the Midnight Suns from over hundreds and hundreds of years ago. And players will be starting from scratch when they bring the Hunter back, because even though she's their best chance and strongest asset, she can't remember how she defeated her mother, which makes sense. You know, being dead for quite a long time can turn some of your memory and dust. It just ain't all that easy to get it back, so it's understandable. Now the Hunter belongs to an ancient race called the Blood, and she and her mother and her auntie, which is also the caretaker of the Abbey, the hub where you're going to be spending your time with the other heroes. We'll get more into that later. They're part of an ancient race called the Blood, and those three are among the last remaining members of that race, a race whose bloodlines can be traced all the way back to the ancient gods. Now this is where the source of her light and dark magic will come from, so we have a clear understanding on how those powers will come into play. And I do want to point this out because I said this in my last video and I was right. God damn it, I was right. This is not the full roster. We have at least 2 more heroes who haven't been revealed yet. So far, including a Hunter, we've seen a total of 10, and there's going to be 12 playable heroes. By golly, Jesus Christ, I'm praying that is Elsa Bloodstone and Hellstrom. If anyone from Fire Axis or 2K is watching my video, y'all might not be, but just in case you are, please give me a sign, give me something to keep my hope alive. For like it don't even got to be one of them. I mean, no, I take that back. It don't even got to be both of them. It can just be one of them. As long as one of them make it in the game, I'll be happy. I'll be fine. And we also find out who's responsible for bringing Lilith back, and that's Dr. Faustus. Now in this universe, Hydra's origins originally had them start off as a old cult, which is a change I don't really mind, honestly, because they still ended up becoming the Hydra that we know now in this day and age. So outside of the whole origin swap, there really isn't that much of a difference. Now in story terms, the Avengers and Midnight Suns will be at odds when they first start out, because the Avengers, well, in this universe, right, the Avengers have been around for quite some time. They're battle tested, and the Suns are new, they're fresh, they're just getting their feet wet. It's another classic young versus old situation here. The Suns want to lead the charge because they're eager to do so. They want to show that they can hang with the heavy hitters and they want to do it their way. But the Avengers here are pretty much the epitome of step aside, young blood, and let me show you how it's done in this relationship. Now, keep in mind, they have no idea what they're doing in the supernatural world, but they're not letting that stop them from trying to do what they do best. So obviously they're gonna be butting heads at first throughout the story, but I imagine as the game progresses, you'll start to see that relationship ease up a little bit more, and you'll have more genuine conversations and more genuine relationships and whatnot. But now we're gonna go ahead and jump over into some gameplay bits. Now, during the demo that they got to play, the player went into battle with 3 of their teammates, and it's been said that the fights in Midnight Suns last from 10 to 15 minutes on average. That's cool. I like that. 10 to 15 minutes is cool. Now, we will also have card-based attacks. They represent every hero ability from basic cards to supports and more. Now, they're shuffled into a deck and they're dealt into the player's hand at the start of each round. And with me being a TCG player, expect to hear a lot of the heart of the cards jokes coming from me while playing this game. It's going to happen. I'm positive I'm not going to be the only person to make that joke as well. I play too much Yu-Gi-Oh! I played too much Yu-Gi-Oh! Bakugan. I even played Vanguard at one point. I still play Digimon. I'm not playing Magic. Magic is not... I like games that challenge my brain, but Magic is something else. I'm never touching that. Alright, but back on topic. Now, players will be able to play 3 cards each round, but some cards will be able to let you cheat the system by giving you an extra card to play if you kill an enemy with that same card, and so on and so forth. Now, every hero will have their own set of cards that are meant for their unique abilities. For example, Blade is a direct damage dealer, but some cards give him the power to apply bleed or steal health. Ghost Rider is a wild card. While his attacks are potent and heavy hitting, he has a chance of damaging himself or his teammates. Captain America, as always, in literally every video game he plays, and I'm pretty sure High Ruler is gonna love this if you're watching this video, he's a true mix between doing damage and being a beefy tank, being somebody that the team can really rally around. Now, Doc Strange fits the support role by being able to give players the power to draw an extra card or boosting the properties of other cards. Now, there will be different mission types as well, such as protection missions, destroy targets, rescue civilians, and capture a VIP. So there's definitely some variety in the mission types, and that's always good to hear. Now, talking about the Hunter specifically, her light and dark powers are along the lines of what I was pretty much expecting her to have. Light powers will be the support skills that can heal your teammates and boost their skills as well, where the dark powers are heavy hitting damage attacks, and it's the same here like with Ghost Rider. Some of the more dangerous attacks can hurt you and your teammates if you're not careful, because everything comes with a cost. Now, you will be able to customize your decks well before battle, so you won't be locked into using a preset deck before you start a fight. Couldn't forget that bit of info, because that's very important. It's very important. Now, there's a unique set of cards called Heroics. Overpowered cards that do massive damage and brings out bonus effects. Now, Iron Man has a card where he can do a small amount of damage to everybody on the screen. And Doc Strange has a card where he can do big damage to a single enemy and apply a weakness debuff that lowers the enemy's attack power. These attacks do cost, and you pay in a currency resource known as heroism. You can earn heroism quickly by playing basic attacks and support cards, so the heroic cards are something that you have to build up to over time. Now, some of you, and certainly me, are definitely gonna like this. The cards are not the only way to dish out damage. The environments can be used to your liking. For example, you can throw debris, you can throw a rock at somebody's face, you can cut down a chandelier on top of somebody's head, you can throw enemies into explosive barrels, and more. So you're definitely going to have other options for whenever you run out of cards, or you simply just want to switch up your attack patterns, and so on and so forth. Now, the Abbey, right, over to some information about the hub. Your HQ, your base of operations. The Abbey is where you're going to be chilling whenever you're not on missions, and is located inside of a pocket dimension. This is where you talk to Tony to make new weapons, which unlocks new cards for you to use. Is where you can train with Blade to upgrade those cards and so much more. Now the upgrade system is pretty simple. Well, it's pretty much whenever you have 2 copies of the same card, mixing them will create an upgraded version. It's pretty simple. I like it. I like that. It's easy and right to the point. Now, bonding and hanging with the heroes is very important, as they tell us, because a simple convo with Tony about business or talking with Captain America about his days in the war can go a very long way, because that can unlock passive abilities and hard-hitting combo attacks. So connecting with the heroes is a very important part of the gameplay, and I like that because it gives you more of an incentive. The game gives you more of an incentive to want to connect with the other characters and get to know more about them and about their lives. They're putting time into, like, the developers are putting time into that, and I applaud them for it, because I'm not gonna say that a lot of games doesn't necessarily do that, but there are definitely a lot of games that does that and doesn't do a very great job at it. So that's what I'm gonna say, and I'm hoping that Fire Axis did a good job with this here. I believe they did. And speaking about friendships, each hero has a legendary ability called the Midnight Sun, which can only be attained and used once you have built that character's midnight suit. And that can only be done by maxing out your friendship with that character. So there's an end goal to bonding with the other characters as well. Now this game so far is being labeled as a 40 to 60 hour RPG. And 40 to 60 hours ain't jack for me. So I'm going to enjoy the hell out of this. And also the replay value. You got to add in the replay value there. I'm going to be spending a lot of time on it. Like I just said, I'm going to enjoy the hell out of this. Now the gameplay is tomorrow, and I'm going to be doing a live reaction. I'm not going to be streaming it. It's going to be in the video, and then we got some DLC videos coming after that. But I am definitely excited to bring a turn-based game to my channel. It almost happened back when I was still doing anime content, but that didn't really pan out. But like I said, I'm excited to bring one here. I really like games that makes me think. And again, as a TCG player, that stands for a tabletop card game. For any of you who don't know, as a TCG player, the card system pretty much sold me on that aspect, and I'm hyped to see it in action just as much as you guys. And that's gonna mark the end of this video. So I want to say thanks to everyone who watched the whole thing. You are a kind soul, and I do hope that you enjoyed the video. Now, if you did and you want to continue to help support me and the channel, please feel free to hit that like and subscribe button and hit that notifications bell so you guys won't ever miss out on any of my content, and I will catch y'all in the moonlight. Peace.